The eye of Hurricane Debbie approaching the coastline right now. We have team coverage across the Big Bend in South Georgia, and the community set to see some of the worst effects on this storm. You can see the lights flickering as it has been doing all morning, and the rain whipping through the parking lot. Right now, we're going to go ahead and check in with our Savannah Kelly, who has more from Wakulla County. Good afternoon, everyone. We are breaking into programming right now because of news of an active shooter on Florida State's campus. And it appears that those officers that we see live right there maybe SWAT team members with FWC. Now, we just got word that we have Cody now. Cody is staged near Dewey and Tennessee Streets, so we'll go ahead and check in with him. Cody, what can you tell us at this time? We're following a developing story in Atlanta. Police are looking for who's responsible for shooting nearly a dozen people overnight. The 2026 election season is heating up in Georgia. And look at this, we're starting to get videos from South Georgia too. Take a look at this flooding in Valdosta. You can see that car is almost totally underwater. And we're going to see so many more videos like that throughout the day because a lot did happen in different spots of our area. Well, switching gears now, Ashanti, President Donald Trump heads back to Washington today after striking a huge deal with the European Union. What did the president say about the deal? 12:22 now, and oh my gosh, we are all just falling in love here at WCTV.
Just flip it.
Oh, I'm scared. I feel like I'm gonna really.
You can use the tongs. You can use the tongs and flip them over.
Wait, but now I'm determined. Okay. Listen to Me. That's the name of the project or the wish list on Donors Choose for the teacher I spoke to for this month's community classroom segment. Had to do it.
No, you did very well. I was very proud of you.
But it's worth it. It's worth it. We want the people to come and help Salvation Army where they're doing the most good. Thank you so much for holding it down there in the studio, Madison, for me, because we're having a great time out here.
Yeah, Lanetra, it's been a lot of fun.
I also loved one of the pieces he was playing because it reminded me of a song that the FAMU Marching 100 always does.
Yeah.
That dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
One celebration in particular right here in Tallahassee has been going on for more than 150 years. First starting at Gun Pond for 58 years before moving to its current location off Centerville Road, a place of deep roots, traditions, and family ties.
At the end of slavery, they didn't have any need for the drums. The war was over, just like they didn't have any need for the mules and things like that. So they gave the emancipated slaves the drum. So they took this drum and they created a tradition of beating on the drum, the snare and the bass drum. My grandfather, those are the drums he taught me how to beat when I was 8 years old.
At 88 years old now, Hunter Hill Jr. is still beating. And his family, my family, is still marching to the beat as we circle the ribbon-laced pole in the tradition known as plaiting or wrapping the maypole. Hunter is my grandmother's first cousin. They and the elders before them made sure these and other traditions celebrating Florida's Emancipation Day continued over the years on the family's land on Centerville Road in Tallahassee.
This land here was given to my great-grandfather. His name was Ned Johnson. I think he received this land in 1883. My grandfather, Henry Hill, was his grandson.
Now named Henry Hill Park, Emancipation Day celebrations have been going on here since 1924.
It's been, I think we said 60 years that I've been coming. When I first started, we used to play softball, and we would have softball tournaments. What I remember most about the 20th of May is when Hunter threw that ball from center field all the way back to home. That's one of my fondest memories.
Every family would bring different meals and cooked pies and cakes and things like that. And they would spread out blankets, and they would sit on the blankets, and everybody would share a meal. And sometimes the kids would brag about whose mother could cook the best and things like that.
Curtis baked good jelly cake. you would ask individuals to bake cakes, make lima beans, and all of the children would come, and it's just so great to see you all now taking the leadership role and keeping the tradition going.
We came up here every summer, and you know, we were kind of forced to be a part of it, and so I have fond memories of probably like 8, 9, and 10 years old.
Education was important to them. They would have the program first. All the kids would go on stage and say their piece of poem like that.
Don't let no liar tell you not to dream or not to live within the seams of the unseen. It's in our genes of shining like a North Star, guiding and shaping art, movements, and music, politicking and knocking delusions off a pale man's height. But we do it with grace, from a place of love, above the audacity they spit and spew alike, because with love as our amp, we don't need no mic.
I've been going to that May Day celebration since I was a young child, and it's just a beautiful thing to still be a part of those traditions.
It's such a beautiful celebration. I love all the reminiscing, you know, it's just neat.
Cynthia Douglas always knew she was adopted. It never bothered her, she says, except for the occasional thought of, I wonder who I look like. Well, she recently found out. She looked so much like her birth mother that when the mother showed Cynthia's dad a picture of Cynthia, he said, "Get that out of here," thinking she was playing. But it was no joke. Lee and Deborah Jones had finally found their daughter. 51 years later. They all thought a reunion would take miles of traveling and a costly plane ticket, but come to find out, they all live right here in Tallahassee. This birthday celebration is like none other for Cynthia Douglas. Turning 51 years old, it's the first time she's celebrated with two moms and
My dad! I finally have a dad.
Bernice Poe is the mom who raised Cynthia. She says she'd been praying for a girl for more than 15 years.
I wanted a little girl, and he gave me a little girl. And I cannot explain to anyone in any way what she has been to my life.
Poe and her husband adopted their baby girl just 2 days after being born, but the couple separated only months later.
I don't want people to think she's perfect, but I think God made her perfect for me.
Poe was always honest with Cynthia about being adopted and would occasionally ask her while growing up if she wanted to find her birth parents.
And I always said no, because I had such a happy life. I was raised to be confident in myself, and I just didn't feel like I needed any more love. Like I was receiving everything that I needed from my mother.
But one day this past January, Poe got the call. It was one she actually feared over the years and admits it was hard receiving.
All I could hear down in here was, oh no, oh no.
Deborah and Lee Jones had been searching all these years. One day, Mrs. Jones, who everyone calls Blue, had asked her sister to look up some old soldiers she knew from the military. Then it hit her. Blue said, while you're at it, look up someone named Cynthia Wynell Poe. The sister, not knowing who she was looking up or why, saw the name Cynthia P. Douglas. Blue says she knew that must have been her.
And Lord have mercy. When she said 24 June, oh my God, 24 June. I jumped up, I ran in the bedroom and I told my husband, and he couldn't believe it. He said, where is she? Where is she?
When they found out they all surprisingly lived in the same city, they were anxious to see her right away.
And I said, well, Mother Poe's had it for 50 years. I haven't had my baby but a second. So I said, I don't care about that. Just find out where she at.
The Joneses were practically kids when they met. Blue says her parents sent her away to stay with an aunt and uncle in Leesville, Louisiana when she got pregnant. That's where she met Poe and chose her to raise her baby. Lee didn't know about the pregnancy or where Blue went. They eventually found each other again and have been married for 47 years.
For the last 51 years, I thought about Cindy.
She cried so many nights. I would wake up, she would be crying.
I thought about her, hoping she was okay, because I was okay, Lee was okay. And there was no Cynthia.
Just 8 days after that life-changing phone call on January 17th, Cynthia met her birth mother and father for the first time.
I'm like, oh my God, I look like them. I act like them.
A miracle, they all say, leading them to this moment.
If God could bring us together after 51 years, He can do anything.
This is only the beginning.
When I looked at him, I knew he was my dad. And just to know that somebody wants me.
And love you very much. We just couldn't do it at that time.
I tell her every day.
He tells me every day that he loves me. Every single day. He has not missed a day since we met on the 17th of January. He has not missed a morning.
All right, so Poe moved to Tallahassee from Louisiana when Cynthia was 10 years old. Okay, so the Joneses are from Tallahassee too, but after Louisiana, they've lived in multiple states over the years. They're retired from the military, and one day, Blue's sister called and said, hey, there's a house for sale in Tallahassee. Why don't you guys go ahead and come on back? So they moved back in 2015.
Okay.
They've all been here in Tallahassee, roaming around in the same city
and didn't know.
Had no idea.
Wow.
No idea at all. So very remarkable. You know, but Cindy, of course, once they found each other, as you can see, a happy reunion there. Love each other.
That must have been some party.
Oh my gosh, it was some party. I mean, just nothing but love everywhere you went. And so another beautiful thing, get this, Cynthia, she's married now, and her husband, they adopted 2 sons themselves. Yeah, awesome. Raised them from babies. They're now 21 and 16 years old.
All right.
How about that? I met a young man in Valdosta who simply loves to dance, but his moves isn't just about rhythm and music. Okay. Let's check it out. Traffic. Horns blowing, cars zooming by, waiting at lights. No one likes dealing with rush hour, but then you look over and there's this. Music, fancy footwork, and a wave.
Hey! I'm out here making people smile.
And this is how he does it, by dancing. Yep, on the street corner in the middle of lunch hour traffic in Valdosta. 26-year-old Cavante Brown spends a couple of hours, a few days a week, trying to make people smile.
I noticed that making other people happy make me happy.
I caught up with Cavante at the intersection of St. Augustine Road and Norman Drive, doing his normal routine, picking out his music and getting in the zone. Check out this man grooving hard right along with Cavante from the passenger seat of a truck sitting in traffic.
I just like the way people just love it. It just, like it just brighten the day. It could be one person. One person I'll just make smile and happy, and literally that's it. That's my goal. It don't matter, little by little. I want to touch the world.
Being light on his feet started with a heavy heart. Cavante says he had some dark moments growing up in foster care and hard times in college, even living in his car at times.
I tried suicide 3 times. I'm glad I didn't go through it. I'm glad I'm here. I was here for a purpose.
His purpose of dancing for smiles became a passion for suicide prevention as well. A friend let Cavante move in with him. He got a job, and someone suggested he put a tip jar out while dancing. Cynthia Wilson says she donates to Cavante regularly and enjoys seeing him on the corner when she's out and about.
He cool. He cool. He good.
He's good.
Yeah,
and you
good.
guys gave him money?
We always do when we come and we see him on the corner.
Oh, really? You used to?
Yeah, since he try to pay his way through school or whatever.
Through the help of his friends and family, passers-by, a positive attitude, and his dancing, things started looking up for him, and imaginably for those he's inspired.
I'm trying to bring down crime rates and bring down suicidal rates. So,
and bring up
smiles.
Yeah, Cavante did a lot of smiling.
I love his message, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he said it for good things.
Yeah, doing it for good things. You know, he just wants to simply get joy.
Okay.
Yeah, and as you can see, he does get positive reactions for, you know, most of the time. But he says there are some tough days where, you know, people are mean, you know, they'll heckle him or something.
I feel you, brother.
Yeah.
I feel you, brother.
You know, but he says he just kills them with kindness.
Attaboy.
Or with his killer moves.
Okay, I love it.